January 17, 1706, Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States, a drafter and signer of the Declaration of Independence, was born. He received very little formal education, but went on to achieve high office and to receive honorary degrees in the U.S. from institutions like Harvard, Yale, and in the UK from Oxford. His family had little money when Franklin was a child, but as a printer, publisher, writer, scientist and inventor he would amass great wealth. He was born in Massachusetts. His father, Josiah Franklin, was a candle and soap maker. Josiah had 17 children. Benjamin, the 8th child of his second marriage, was Josiah's 15th child. Josiah's work could not produce enough money to support a large family, and so he could afford to send Benjamin to school for only 2 years. It meant that the boy's formal education ended when he was 10 years old. He did not graduate from school, but became a voracious reader and virtually educated himself, so successfully that later he could speak 4 languages: English, French, Spanish and Italian. He could also read and write Latin. By the age of 12, he had been indentured as an apprentice at a printing shop owned by his brother, James. When he was 16 and James had founded a weekly newspaper called the New England Courant, Benjamin secretly submitted letters as Silence Doggett, a fictitious widow who offered opinions on everything from fashion and marriage to women's rights and religion. Mrs. Doggett received several marriage proposals before Benjamin confessed that he was her creator, much to his brother's rage. After a furious row, Benjamin was to leave Boston and move to Pennsylvania, pausing for an 18-month trip to the UK when he worked as a typesetter in London. He returned to the US in 1726, making Philadelphia his home for the rest of his life. There he became both wealthy and well respected through his business activities and his writings. He became a city councilman in 1748, a justice of the peace in 1750 and a member of the Philadelphia Assembly in 1751. When he was not writing or engaged in community work, he was carrying out research leading to his many inventions. His most acclaimed invention was the lightning rod. Buildings had often been destroyed by fires started by lightning strikes, but, when Franklin's rod was installed on a roof, it attracted lightning, redirecting it down the side of the building and safely to the ground. From 1757 to 1774, Franklin lived mainly in London, where he was the colonial representative. Then back in the U.S., as a member of the Philadelphia Assembly, he attended the Second Continental Congress. In 1776 he was chosen as one of the Committee of Five, whose members wrote the Declaration of Independence. Franklin's final public accolade came in 1785 when, at the age of 79, he was elected president of the Supreme Executive Council of Pennsylvania, an office similar today to that of governor. His term of office was to be short, however, because in 1790 he died of a respiratory disease. Although he was never elected to a federal office, historians regard him as the president who was never president and the most influential of the founding fathers.